Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone for all your past support, your love, and your continued subscriptions of my YouTube channels. I am starting a new series which I call World Travel. I would like to invite you to ride with me in this journey. You will be able to see the city, the landscape, the nature, the people, their custom, the food maybe as well, and it's like a geography and history, but I promise it's not going to be that boring like in your high school years, all right? I promise it will be an exciting, eye-opening experience for you to see this. Aloha everyone, welcome to my productions on world travel. In this series of world travel, I will take you to travel to Maui, Hawaii. I will divide the materials into 3 episodes. There are a lot of materials involved in it. In this first episode of Maui, Hawaii, I will take you to Hawaiian Islands, Hunchback Whales, National Marine Sanctuary Visitor Center. Then we will stop at Ahihi Kinau National Reserve Area. We will stop there and take a quick look. We will also stop at Kaimakani Beach to watch the beautiful sunset. And then I will take you to Maui Tropical Plantation for a tour of the facilities. I will also take you to the Ia'u State Monuments. It's a natural park. And we'll also stop at Nakaneli Blowhole Trail. It is a coastal area. You can see the beautiful scenery. Then we will stop at the Garden of Eden to see the beautiful various plant, flower, the landscaping inside the garden. We'll end the first episode by stopping at the Twin Falls. That's a waterfalls. This time we will take you to travel from Washington, D.C. to Maui, Hawaii. Maui is the second largest island in Hawaii. Without further ado, let's hop onto the airplane and go there.
It's a crazy
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
on your left.
an exciting tour in this plantations area. Hope you will enjoy. Let's go!
Welcome to the Maui Tropical Plantation. My name is Kellen. I'll pop up mic one time. I'm gonna be your guys' guide for the next 40 or so minutes. And just a little heads up, folks, it can be a little bit windy, more so towards the back end. So if you do have any loose items, I'll definitely will hold on to them. If not, if your items does fall off of my tram, just simply get my attention and I'll kindly stop my tram so you guys can. So if you guys do take a look at either side of us, looking at the palm trees, this is our vanilla palm, also known as Christmas tree palm. They came from the Philippines, and as you guys can see, it starts to grow seeds on them. They all start off as green, and as they mature, they turn into this beautiful scarlet red color. It is not edible unless you need them to be, because I guess in the Philippines, they gather a lot of these red color seeds and they squeeze the sap that goes within it, and they kind of use that sap as like a natural anesthetic. So technically these seeds aren't edible unless you really need them to be. The distance, her name is Hawii, and she's the oldest cattle on our plantation, and she came into our plantation about 5 years ago. Then there's going to be 2 more white cattle. Those are her 2 sons, Kavika and Kainoa. And of course, if you guys do look more towards the right side, that lovely little baby cattle. That cattle was born about 2 months ago on one of my tours. It was awesome to see that. My guests definitely enjoyed it as well. And what I love, what to name this baby cattle, then just let me know at the end of the tour. Now guys, we're still gonna keep our eyes still on our to your children or child, but these bananas is not important as of right now. I'll talk more about it more down into the tour. And my main focus is on our right hand side in this fenced off area for the TI plant. As you guys can see, we actually have 2 colors of leaves. We have the red and also the green. Back in the old Hawaiian days, the color red was only meant for royalty only. I'm not too sure why, but that's how it was back in those times. The green leaves, on the other hand, I personally use those green leaves for strictly food purposes only. But you could use those green leaves to make a modern day hula skirt and a lei as well. And to make a lei, that is very simple. Just gather between 60 to 80 of those green leaves, depending how long you want the lei to be. Then remove every middle stem off of each leaf. Once you remove the stem, then you cut them in half. Once you cut them in half, then you just do a simple twist braid over and over until 1 or 2 things happen. 1, you get bored, or 2, your fingers starts to get very, very sticky. Different types of taro. We have wet and dry land taro. Only on the plantation you can see the dry land taro. And to this day, you still can utilize every single part of that plant. For example, if you guys do look at those heart-shaped looking leaves, you can boil that down to almost like a spinach. The stems, you can cut them up and then throw them right into your stir fry. That's what I usually do. But basically the main part of this whole plant, guys, is the actual root itself. So if you guys ever been to Hawaii before, and you guys went to a luau, and they had you this purple slime looking thing in a cup, we call that poi. If you guys do get the opportunity to get a hold of these taro plant, it's just like anything that you cook, so you must remove that outer skin. If you do consume that outer skin, you are gonna end up with a severe itchy throat for like 2 months straight. And it's not the best feeling to have, guys. I experienced it twice in my life, and it is not the best thing to experience.
First off, gonna get a big aloha! Aloha! Alright guys, like I said, my name is Kellen. Basically what I'm gonna do here is give you guys more information what a coconut is, do a little bit of husking, and whatever time we have left, I'll let you guys go walking around for the time being. So as you guys can see here, obviously this is a coconut. Now 60% of all living things, including ourselves, is actually related to a coconut. This front end and this back end. This front end, we call this the pico. It is spelled P-I-K-O. Can you guys please say pico? Pico. And that translates into your belly button, your navel, that's where life begins. So if you do take a look right here, right in front of me, this is about a 1.5-year-old coconut tree. And as you can see, it starts to grow out of that belly button area. And now if I have to give you guys a word to use in Hawaii, it'd be that word pico. Because this back end is just like any other language in the world. Our language as well does not have bad words in them. It's just how you use them. So this back end, we call this the okole. Can you guys please say okole? Okole. And that translates into your butt, specifically the button. I do see we do have kids here, guys. When there's kids around, I always keep my speech out of PG rating. You know? So just bear with me. And now for those of you guys that wants to grow your very own tree at your house, it's very simple. The downfall is if you guys do come from colder environments, sadly it's not going to work. If you guys do come from beautiful weather, just like Hawaii, if not hotter than Hawaii, you'll most likely be able to grow your very own tree. Just simply grab your coconut, boom, just like that. You place that onto the ground, wait at least 10 years. And then within 10 years time, you finally have grown your first batch of coconuts. So if you do take a look at our trees on your left, every ring or ridge that goes up that tree equals 1 year to that tree's life. That's why we do have this net here, guys, just in case. Nah, I'm just joking. If you guys do look at our trees, we do not have any coconuts in them. The reason why is because we do have a law stating that any coconut tree in any public area that exceeds to a certain height needs to be trimmed monthly. And that's the reason why we do not have any coconuts in our trees here. Now to make your first initial husk, you want to keep poking it more towards the belly button side, because the butt side, it is so tight, it is going to take 4 times as long. So like I said, guys, poke it more towards the belly button side. And once you place it in, then just use your weight to counter it just like so. And usually the first husk is always the hardest husk to do, guys. So once you get the first husk, it should be easy after that. And then you just keep consistently poking it more towards the belly button side. Alright. And now when it comes to coconut husking records, there's only one person that stands out to me the most. Has any of you been to the island of Oahu, also known as Honolulu? Well, for those of you that have, well, there is a place on that island. It is called the Polynesian Cultural Center. There is a Samoan man there. His name is Chap. And my man Chap, he actually holds the fastest coconut husking record, as fast as 3 seconds on the dot. But before you guys think of going, whoa, wow, that's so fast, that's so cool, how does he do that? Well, it's very simple, really. First off, my man Chap, he is Samoan. So of course his arms is like the size of my body. His hands is like the size of my head. And of course, some of it shows he does use a machete at some point, and that machete does play a very big role as well. And I'm over here doing the lead, guys, and that's fine. Now, as you guys can see here, this is the actual coconut that you guys do see in you guys' local market. Now, as you guys can see, it kind of almost looks like a face. That's it. Now, as you can see, like I mentioned, it does look like a face, 2 eyes, and a mouth. Some people say it kind of looks like a fish, an eel, a bowling ball. I did a tour last week, and this lady from Texas told me that every coconut that looks like this reminds her of her ex-husband. I mean, no judging here, guys. But if you do want to drain out your water from the coconut, it's very simple. Use any sharp objects. I'm going to use this screwdriver here. As you guys can see, it does absolutely nothing to the coconut. Now I'm going to go for the husband's eyes. As you guys can see, it does absolutely nothing to his eyes. All you gotta do is place it right into his mouth area, and it should enter easy to no effort. And once you place it right into that mouth area, release that pressure, widen up that mouth. And that is how you drain out your guys' coconut water. And now for those of you that does drink coconut water, you guys do know it does act like a natural Gatorade. It comes with everything that you guys need. But I do remind every single one of my guests the difference between the coconuts you guys are drinking and the one in my hand. They're totally different. And it's only because if you guys do look at the water, you guys can see it is very hazy and very dirty. And just a quick reminder, guys, we still have a second half of the tour to go through. And sadly, it is not a taste testing tour. It's the one you guys do see up in those trees. Those beautiful young green that weighs around 45 pounds. These are the ones you guys are actually drinking. They're known for their water, but never their meat. This one, on the other hand, it is vice versa. The meat is good, but the water is not good. You are gonna see in just a second here. Now, for those of you that wants to learn how to make coconut bras, that's very simple too. If you take a look right in between the ex-husband's eyes, there is gonna be a line there. And that line is gonna be your soft spot. So you grab any hard object, whack it across with that line, and you should have two completely, not the most perfect, but real jagged coconut bras. And you guys are gonna hear two different sounds. And you are gonna hear a different sound when it does crack. Oh yeah! You guys didn't hear that one, huh? I heard it. And once you guys feel like you guys cracked it, then all you gotta do is try and go around the coconut evenly as possible. And once you feel like you guys got it all out, release the rest of the water. And this is a Samoan coconut, so of course the size and everything is all doubled, so double the size, double the water, double the meat. And if you guys do take a look, it does look nice on me. And this is what the inside of it looks like. You guys can feel it, touch it if you guys want to, hand it around. Now, have any of you guys taken up the meat from a coconut before? Is it easy? Not quite, right? You guys, that's what you guys want that meat to be. You guys want that meat to be very very stuck to that shell. The easiest way that I found out to get all of that meat out is very simple. All you gotta do is simply put the two halves back together, wrap it with some rubber band, place it right into your freezer. Let it sit overnight. The next day, grab your coconut, grab your spoon or knife, and you start.
Things, and those pods is actually their lifespan. So every pod that falls, a new finger of banana will grow right into its place. And of course, when the last pod does fall, the finger will grow. Then it would be time to be harvested, and then gets placed right into our stomachs. Now, if you guys want to grow your very own pineapple, that is very simple. Just twist off that green part, which is called the crown. Then you just grab the crown, stick it back into the ground, and then you just patiently wait 2 to 4 years, and then you finally have grown your one and only pineapple. If you guys do grow your pineapples long enough, and if you do get lucky, if you do look at the first row of pineapples, if you look a little bit more down from the first row, you are gonna see an extra pineapple sitting on top of a pineapple. We call those sugar babies, also known as baby pineapples, and those pineapples is much sweeter than your average grapes under the ground. And graduations. So I like to go and gather a lot of these plumeria flowers to make a vase to give to our loved ones. The only time we're gonna make a lei for ourselves if it goes with an outfit. We had the largest sugarcane plantation, and everybody all around the world came and worked on that plantation. But since none of them spoke the same language, I've been speaking their language throughout the whole tour, as it is called pigeon, just like the bird. I don't know why, but it's also known as Hawaiian Creole. Basically, pigeon, we like to shorten our sentences a lot, guys, so we always try a shortcut to shorten our sentences. And for those of you guys that are avocado lovers, as we make around this corner, if you do look on your left hand side, this is where our beautiful avocado paws, the shearwood, the brindle, and the hula block. they say that if you guys have a sunburn, grab a fresh avocado, smash some mangoes. And for those of you guys that, like I mentioned, we do have 2 harvest seasons, spring and summer. And we just finished our summer harvest as well. And for those of you guys that does eat mango, you guys do know it can be a little bit tricky. But the mangoes that are grown here on our plantation, they are called shrinky. They say it came from southern Japan and China. And these palm trees, they're known for their shade as well. And on some of the trees, they're still, unfortunately, these are also not edible, but very popular to make jewelry with them. I currently still have my mother's made, and she made with these specific seeds about 35 years ago. It is currently sitting in our freezer as we speak. And the only time I'm actually going to go and get my mother's made is, of course, it's going to be once a year for my mother's birthday. And it does tend to last a lifetime. So heavy, it can be dangerous and break up on its own. What makes them rare is that all of the wood carvings that you see up on the top, the artist Bill Zarella, he uses this specific type of wood as well. And he did mention to me that monkey plywood is one of the best woods to work with because it is a lot softer and a lot easier to work with. And now guys, I know it was not a taste testing tour, I'm sorry. But as we make around this corner here, folks, we do have our 2 country markets. We have the coffee shop and the barn. If you guys do stop at the coffee shop first, I will go straight for their blended drinks. If you do go for their blended drinks, my personal favorite is going to be their chocolate banana. I'll let me tell you guys, it is the top. So I will check the coffee shop as well. Right next door, guys, we do have our beautiful famous farms, and this is basically where you can find all of the beautiful tropical fruits that has been planted here on our plantation. And I do ask every single one of my guests on every tour, if you guys are planning on purchasing anything from any of those 2 stores, all I ask, if you guys do show love and appreciation, most of our staff in here is mostly all women, so try to show some love. Now guys, if you do look at our beautiful signs here on our left, that says Flying Hawaiian on my family. I wish I could spend time with you guys a little bit longer, but before I do send you guys off, I do have a couple of things I do want to mention to you guys before sending you guys away. Which is one, whatever you guys are planning on doing for the rest of the vacation, all I ask and I pray that every single one of you guys is off and safely. And when that time comes for you guys to go back home, all I ask and I pray that the pilot of you guys' plane keeps you guys fly back home safely. And for those of you guys that haven't drove into my motherland Hana yet before, I do have a couple of tips for you guys. Which is one, if you guys are being tailed by a local, pull up to the next shoulder. And tip number 2, just simply repeat steps number 1, guys. Nah, I'm kidding. But at the end of the day, guys, there's only one thing I really do want to mention to you guys. I've been dying to say it all tour long, which is Aloha Oi, and that translates into I love you guys very much. You guys have a beautiful rest of your guys' vacation. Until next time, my name is Kellen upon the mic one time, and I would like to say mahalo for joining me on this cruise at the Maui Tropical Plantation. Aloha.
Cow in the mountains, can you believe that?
Good luck.
One more.
Not taking out the